the concept of investing should be a habit. We should develop a habit of investing. We should develop a habit of investing. When you develop a habit of investing, you familiarize yourself with the economy, you familiarize yourself with the companies that are doing well, you familiarize yourself with the ETFs, ETNs, bundles, and portfolios that are doing well, that you would automatically have an answer when someone says, what would you want to invest in this year? You see, so it's like when someone comes to you and says, what's your favorite color? You automatically know what you are going to say. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is blue. My favorite color is red. My favorite color is pink. And usually if you study, you'd find that these three colors, pink, blue, red, are the most favorite colors for so many people in the world today. So even the person who's asking you, they know in the back of their head that this person is going to answer, and his answer would be one of these three options, right? So it should be the same way with investing. When you ask the question, what is it that you want to invest in? Immediately in the back of your mind, I want to invest in Absa. I want to buy stock in Absa. I want to buy stock in Standard Bank. I want to buy stock in Redefine. I want to buy stock because I feel like for me, these companies would perform better in the next coming 6 months. And if I were to invest on their low, I know that in the next coming couple of months, couple of years, I would make money. So that's what should happen whenever in our daily lives. That's what should happen, because that's how we build wealth. That's how we become wealthy. That's how we become rich. That's how we understand how money works. When you familiarize yourself with how the economy works, how the top 40 companies, the top 100 companies in South Africa, the top 40 ETFs in South Africa, the top 40 portfolios in South Africa. And when you know, when someone asks you about your financial endeavors or plans, you know already that this is what I'm going to say. And the person who's asking you this question, at the back of their heads, they know very well that, okay, this guy is going to choose maybe top 40 ETF. This guy is going to choose one of the lucrative companies that he can think of. And that's how it should be. That's how we should develop an investing mentality, an investing attitude, an investing ideology and passion. If we find ourselves in a position whereby we know so much about our stock market that when you ask me which company am I going to invest in this year, I know very well which company I'm going to invest in. I know which kind of ETF I'm going to invest in. I know which kind of ETN and portfolio and bundle I'm going to invest in, because I have a new habit. I have a habit of investing. So that's one thing that we need to have in our minds. And also, properties are going sky high in South Africa. Properties are going sky high, and everyone wants to invest in property. Everyone wants to make sure that they have a stake. But so many people are going through it the wrong way, especially people from the township. They're going through it the wrong way. People want to buy houses and put themselves into debt and rent out the house in expectation that the person who's paying off the rental for the rental space or the rental house, the rented house, they will be able to pay for the bond that they are supposed to pay for. And also they'll be able to pay from the money that they are paying. They'll be able to pay for the insurance that they are paying from the money that they are paying, and that is going through it the wrong way. If you look into it, if you want to invest in property, you should actually sit down and study the markets and invest your money in big companies that are investing in property. For instance, you would invest in Redefine, you would invest in the portfolio of Absa, property portfolio Absa, and in so doing, you'd get to make money through dividends. If you have multiple streams of of investments in property, in having invested in different kinds of stock, different kinds of ETFs, different kinds of ETNs and portfolios that have invested in property market today, then next year, every 3 months, every 6 months, every 12 months, you make some dividends and some money from all these companies. And then you can start thinking, okay, let me buy a house and rent it out, because you already have money that is coming in. So that's where your mind should go when it comes to investing in property. You shouldn't just wake up and say, hey, I'm going to buy a house and rent it out, because there's a lot to consider. You have to pay for that bond, you have to pay insurance, you have to make sure that the house is secure, you have to make sure that there's electric fence, you have to make sure that there are cameras, you have to make sure that the person who's renting from you feels safe. And in so doing, you get to pay more and get into debt more. So now, in order for you to save yourself, maybe as a new habit that you would want to have for this year, you would say, okay, how much can I afford when it comes to a bond? So say you can afford 8,000, 9,000 or 10,000. You would say that, okay, from January this month until December, I'm going to invest whatever I can afford, whether it's 7,000, 8,000, 9,000 or 10,000, and make sure that I invest in portfolios that have invested in property. I will invest in stock that have invested in property, like your Redefine, your Absa. You would invest also in ETFs. You would look at Satrix property portfolio or index. You would look at such things so that you can be able to have money next year that comes in from the left, from the right, from the center. And now in 2024, you can say, okay, let me think about getting that house through a bank so that I can be able to rent it out and make money. So I don't know what is your desire this year, but whatever it is, even if it means opening up a shop, you can start by saying, okay, how much is this shop going to cost me? Okay, the shop is going to cost me 6,000 rand to open it, and it's going to cost me 3,000 rand to maintain it throughout the year. Every month I'll be spending 3,000 rand. So you'll start saying, okay, let me take 7,000 rand and invest it in ShopRite, in Pick n Pay, and so forth, in retail shops. Let me take 3,000 a month as well and invest in beverages, and invest in retail shop, and so that next year when you sit down and you open up your spaza shop or your tuck shop, you'd be able to have money that is coming in from the east, west, north, south, that comes from your investment portfolio, because you have invested in retail and beverages. Okay, so that's where your mind should go when it comes to investing, so that when someone comes to you and says that, hey, what are you going to do with your money this year? Already you're going to say, okay, I'm going to invest in retail this year. I'm going to invest in property this year. I'm going to invest in this year, so that next year when you get into your business and you open your business, you already have dividends that are coming from your investments, and you can open up, your tuck shop, or you can buy that house through that home loan, so that you can be able to be secure as an investor and as a businessman. And when next year comes, now you don't just spend money in terms of your business, your spaza shop, or you don't spend money in terms of the property, the house that you bought with a bond. What you do now is that you would say, okay, since I have a job and I have a salary, from my salary I will make sure that I keep on investing, right? And I will make sure, because the house will be paying for itself, and it'll be paying for everything. So now you won't worry about the insurance, you won't worry about security, you won't worry about cameras, because the house is paying for itself. When are you just planning that by the end of 5-10 years, I need to make sure that I'm finished with the bond in that 10 years or 5 years. And with your tuck shop, you make sure that you don't spend from your personal money, but it takes care of itself. So that's how you should think when it comes to investing. And I don't know what you think. I want you to take a moment and write on your comments and just share with me what you think and what's your idea, what's your passion for this year, and let's talk about business and investing.